increasingly over the years, I found that I did some of my best writing away from the piano.
Really?
You know, when you sit at the piano all the time, you tend to use the same chords and
right.
your fingers.
So what do you do? If you hear it in your head, do you notate it?
Now
I
I do it by tape recorder.
You do.
When this first started, people don't realize how recent these little tape recorders are. Like I wrote Soon It's Gonna Rain in my head in Mexico, and I didn't have any way of copying it then, but I just remembered it.
You remembered it.
Yeah. So if I like something and I can put it down in a rough version, because I still can't read or write music. So then I develop it at home.
So you'll do the piano
Yeah,
first.
I'll be totally surprised what is made up of it. It's stuff I've never played before, you know, very often.
If you have, say, a sad song versus a comedy song to write, do you get into a mood? Do you think in an intellectual way about what's required of that character's?
It's very often that kind of thing may be something Tom has been very specific about. Mm-hmm. So I'll follow exactly what he put down lyrically. And but if I'm just doing it on my own for a spot, which that happens sometime, then I'll just go out for one of my walks and get something going in my head, knowing what's needed for that spot. We always, with every show, lay out every beat of the show musically, that's what we start with.
Right, before you start.
Yeah. And so you try to fulfill that either sometime lyrics first, sometime music first, and sometime we work at the piano together, which is not too often, but we usually end up fighting when we do that.
And then do you cross-pollinate? I mean, that you give him half of a melody and he fills that in, and then it helps you continue on?
Yeah. What's really interesting, not too many years ago, we read this interview in the New York Times with Lerner and Lowe saying they always started with the title of a song first. And it frees both parties that way. If you get a title like that Tom is going to enjoy writing about or something. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And also musically, if there's a theme that I like so far, and they can still be changed and intertwined, but it's very helpful.